Welcome back to Key with Chinecherem, the talk show where we talk about everything business. A few days ago, someone sent me a DM. She said, "Hey Chinecherem, I love business. I've always wanted to start my own business, but I don't know what to do. I don't know how to start. Can you please help me?" So now that would be our question for today. To answer your question, one of the very first things you need to start or you need to do when trying to start a business would be to do your research. Research is a very integral part of business, very important. But before we address the research aspect of business, let's actually deal with a misconception that I've heard or I've seen people talk about. People have this misconception that for you to run a successful business or for you to start a business, you have to, there's this method or this formula that you have to use in order to start your business. And I'm here to tell you categorically that there is no one method or one formula to run or start a successful business. Now, that is not to say that there are no formulas or methods that people have used or blueprints can help you. That's not what I'm saying. And the reason I'm saying this is because what worked for me may not necessarily work for you, or what is working for you may not necessarily be something that would work for me. So that's why research is very important. You need to figure out what works best for you, or how you operate, or how you work, or how you function. So now I'm going back to the research part. In starting a business, you really have to figure out if you're someone that loves trade or trading. And what do I mean by trade? Do you like to buy goods? Do you like to sell them back? Do you like to make products and sell them? So trading is just technically buying goods and selling them. So that's products. Or are you someone that leans more towards providing services? Like maybe it could be a shipping company, so providing shipping services, or it could be like a streaming service, providing a streaming service or whatever as the case may be. So but once you've taken care of that part, figuring out if you like trading or providing services, that would really help you into the next phase, which would be to figure out if you love retail, you love wholesale. If you're more of a retail person, which is someone that transacts business with like personal individuals or consumers, versus wholesalers that would sell to retailers and then the retailers will in turn sell back to individuals or consumers, then at least that would help you to determine the next phase. So whether you want to go into a retail trading business or a wholesale trading business, the very next thing you need to figure out would be if you want to start your business from ground zero, or you want to buy into an already existing franchise, which is like buying into a structured business where they already have the blueprint for you, and technically all you have to do is to copy and paste. An example of that would be like Adora Beauty, which is my business. Or you want to go into network marketing, which some people call multi-level marketing or affiliate programs. So you need to figure out which of these you want to go into. But for the sake of the person that asked this question, I would address starting a business from ground zero. Now, if anybody wants me to talk about more of buying into a franchise or talk about network marketing business, then please feel free to drop your comments on the section below to give me a notification. And then I could possibly talk about it in my next series. So now let's continue. Do you want to own a brick and mortar store, or you're more of an online person? You want your business to be strictly online. So now, depending on which route you take, even if you decide to have a brick and mortar business, it doesn't mean that you can have an online business, so you can actually have both. As a matter of fact, the world is going global, things are changing, so people are beginning to realize that online is very important as well. So even businesses that started off as a brick and mortar, they're now, adding, their online businesses, like creating online businesses. So by the time you're done with that phase, let's assume that you choose a brick and mortar business. It would also come down to what your niche market is. So what do you want to go into? Do you want to go into fashion? Do you love beauty? Are you more of like a real estate person? So you really have to figure out. I won't be the one to tell you, hey, this is the business you have to go into, because at the end of the day, people are different. So you have to figure out that thing that you'd go into that will make you, not necessarily make you happy. It doesn't have to make you happy, but at least something that that even when even when times get hard, you wouldn't give up, you still keep pushing through. So, and that also brings me to the part where I have to say that running a business is not easy. Sometimes we entrepreneurs make it seem like it's so easy, it's so cozy. It's doable, definitely. People are doing it. I'm doing it. But I'm just saying that it's not easy. So if you're not cut out for, enduring bullshit and things like that, then I don't think it's something for you. But if you know that this is what you really want, and it sounded like in your DM you already know that that's what you want to do, like you said you love business, so then I'm here to guide you and also to share with you the few things I've learned growing or running my own business. So now, that being said, let's say you want to have a brick and mortar store, right? The next thing you want to do would be to name your business. Now, in naming your business, this is where your niche market also comes into play. For example, you wouldn't want to call your real estate business something that has to do with beauty, or naming your car dealership something that has to do with fashion. It wouldn't make sense. So that is very important, to give your business a good name, because really a good name will go a long way to help your brand. And not just a good name, but a name that people can remember, a name that resonates, or a name that has a story. It could be, well, when it comes to name, I think you probably know what to name your business, but if you don't, do your research, and that will probably help you depending on your niche market. So now, once you're done naming your business, the next phase, or the next thing you would want to do, is to purchase your domain name. Share this resource with you. GoDaddy actually gives you a promo code or coupon code for first-time users, by the way, where you actually buy your domain for as little as 99 cents. I know by the time they add the ICANN fees, it comes out to $1.18, but it's still a very good deal, $1 for a domain. By the way, I'm not advertising for GoDaddy. I just found that was a valuable resource I could share. Now, that being said, once you're done purchasing your domain name, the very next thing now would be to create your social media pages. Now, depending on your niche market and your target audience, that would definitely help you to know what social media platform to focus your campaign or your adverts on. For example, if I have products that are catering more towards baby boomers, I wouldn't go with Instagram, because Instagram is where you have more of millennials. I would rather go more towards Facebook, because Facebook has older generation. They're more on Facebook. If you have products that caters towards young people, then you're looking at going to Instagram or TikTok. So again, once you're done with all of that, we talked in the beginning that whether you wanted to run your business online or brick and mortar, let's assume that you chose the brick and mortar route. For the sake of today's question, I'm going to be talking more about a brick and mortar store. Now, if anybody wants us to talk about starting or running an online business, please make sure to drop your comments on the section. On the comment section, just so we can talk about it. So now, if you're trying to run a brick and mortar store, one of the things you would do would be, of course, to find a space that you love. And not just a space that you love, you have to find a space where your demographics would be able to access, or where would be accessible to your demographics. And by the time you're done with that, get a good deal, sign your lease. After that, the next thing would be to give your business a structure. Now you have to figure if you want to be a sole proprietor, or you want to form an LLC, a partnership, an INC. Now, if you're going the INC route, which is a corporation, you have to know that there are two types of INCs or corporations, which is the CCorp and the SCorp. Now, when registering your business, especially if you're trying to be a sole proprietor, technically what you just have to do would be, especially if the name that you're trying to give your business is not the same thing as your name, so that means you're trying to get another name, not your personal name, then you have to form a DBA or file a DBA, which is doing business as, something some people will call AKA, another thing that your business will be called. For example, that Google, their legal business name is Alphabet Inc., and then their doing business name, which is DBA, is Google. So now that's one of the things. And for you to be able to file a DBA, you have to go to your county clerk's office or your counties, courthouse, as the case may be, depending on the country or state you live in. Now, for the sake of the person that asked the question, since she lives in the US, I'm going to be addressing registering your business in the US. So for those that are in other countries, I would suggest you again do your research and figure out where and how to register your business. Now, if you live in the US and you don't want to be a sole proprietor, you want to go more towards incorporating or having an LLC, what you would need to do is to go to your state's Secretary of State website. Go there, file either an LLC form or fill out an INC form. By the time you're done with that, usually some states charge $60, $100, $200, whatever your the fees are. You pay the fees, you'll be able to file it. Now, for the sake of those that don't want to stress themselves out, or they don't think they can do it by themselves, there are so many business lawyers out there. There are so many companies, even online, that would help you form or structure your business. Once you're done with that, then you go to irs.gov. Which is www.irs.gov. Once you're done with that, the next thing would be to get your EIN. So you can get your federal EIN, which is sometimes they call it FEIN, or your state EIN. In order to get your federal EIN, what you need to do, by the way, EIN is more like a social security number, but then for businesses. So you'd go to irs.gov. You'll be able to fill out your EIN application online, and then right there and then they give it to you. But if you want to mail in the form, then you have to fill out the form and mail it, or you can fax it to them as well. And then as soon as you get your EIN, voila, you're almost ready to to open your business account and start running your business. And by the way, for those that chose to form an INC, or which is incorporate their business, for those that wants to form an SCorp, as soon as you're done registering with your Secretary of State and filling out the form, you've gotten your articles of incorporation or certificate of formation depending on your state, then you need to figure out if you want to elect your business as a CCorp or as an SCorp. Now, to elect as a CCorp, you don't have to do anything. Automatically, once you file an INC with your Secretary of State's website, automatically you're being structured as a CCorp. But if you want to elect your business as an SCorp, that's where you have to go the extra mile of filling out a form and sending it to the IRS so that your business can be elected or taxed as an SCorp. Now, if you guys want me to talk more about the benefits of a CCorp versus SCorp, or the benefits of an SCorp versus CCorp, feel free to drop your comments in the comment section below, so probably we can talk about it in the next series. But for now, hey, congratulations, you've made it to this part of the video. You've seen all the steps and everything you need to do to start your business. Well, I wish you the best, and I hope that you grow a successful business, build an empire that you can transfer to your children. And voila, thank you so much for watching, guys. Do have a wonderful day, and please stay safe.